Police Department is creating a new position to help keep schools safe.
They're adding a school resource officer who will focus on threats of violence. Laura Samble is on your side with more on the goal to stop violence before it breaks out.
Lieutenant Howard Banks with Bellevue Police has spent 17 years on duty involved with schools and students.
To where I still have kids that either come back to my house on vacation, that still reach out to me. We still FaceTime.
And Banks says the need for strong relationships between students and a mentor, like a school resource officer, is greater than ever.
So there has been a rise in violence in schools.
So Banks is spearheading a pilot program that will dedicate one SRO to identifying and reducing threats of violence at Bellevue and Omaha public schools. This officer will have more training in mental health and spend more time with kids at risk than current SROs who cover general school safety.
We're working with kids, with students and their families. If a kid exhibits either violent tendencies or something of that nature, or maybe the kid is just on the wrong path.
The details are still being worked out, like which schools the officer will focus on and how they will spend their time.
And the biggest thing with this is going to be building relationships with kids, be interacting with these students at the school, probably their house, and any other locations where we need to.
Parents we talked to like the idea.
I think it'll be good for keep everybody safe.
I think it's very important that we have something like that, especially with all the school shootings.
Stopping violence before it breaks out. On your side, Laura Samble, 6 News.
The Bellevue Police Department is currently interviewing for this position. The plan is for the new SRO to begin sometime this upcoming school year.